Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you are watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, it is 6 months since William Ruto assumed the government. And if I ask you a simple question, is there any positive thing you can point out that you have encountered in William Samoei Ruto's government? I know most of you have no any positive thing they have seen in this government. But again, if I ask you, do you have any negative thing you can point out that you have realized in William Ruto's government? Again, I know most of you have so many negative things you can point out concerning how William Ruto has been running the government. Maovu yamezidi mazuri. Hata hakuna mazuri kabisa. Ni maovu tu ndio yamezidi. But then Professor Mutahi Ngunyi was also reacting on how William Ruto is running government. And this is what he tweeted. When a prince comes to power, he must do all the bad things at once and the good things only slowly. Machiavellian. That's where he was quoting. And this is the Ruto cooked book. Inflate pain using subsidies and self taxes, and use prayer as the opium of the masses. The tragedy is this: he will succeed. And then, that's the big question. You will succeed. But then, after success, what next? What will follow? I can see truth in what Mutahi Ngunyi is trying to say here. This could be how William Ruto is running the government. And you can clearly see, he came, he removed subsidy. There was unga subsidy. There was electricity. The price was good, favorable compared to what is giving us of now. We had fuel subsidy. But he removed everything. Now he's planning to increase taxes on NSSF. We want to bring now NSSF. He want to increase. Then you talk about taxes. They are going to increase. There will be double taxes going forward. So in as much as doing this, Mutahi Ngunyi is saying that Ruto is going to use a prayer as opium of masses. The truth is that Kenya is a prayerful country, and Ruto has realized that. So prayer is something that has become an addict. That's why Mutahi Ngunyi is saying opium of masses. People have been addicted to prayer. When you mention prayer, they agree with you quickly. So Ruto has mastered this. He removes any privilege that you had, everything that was at your disposal. He takes them away from you. Then he comes back to you with a prayer in the church to convince and confuse you, and you buy into what he's telling you. I'm sure when Mutahi Ngunyi was saying this, he was well aware that Rigathi Gachagua has called for a prayer interdenomination prayer rally that will be happening somewhere in Nakuru to pray for this country in terms of the economy. Watu wanatubeba ujinga jamani. To change this economy, we need prayer without action. Maombi huwa tunaomba kila siku. We need a working government. But because they want to make you not understand that they are abusing you, they are misusing you, they bring in the issue of prayer. And because people are addicted to prayer, it has become the opium of the masses. They literally buy into what Ruto is saying. Utaona watu wameenda sasa kwa maombi wanasema wacha tuombe serikali Alituambia ile pesa ilibaki kwa account ilikuwa 319 million shillings. But they have been exposed. They have spent in 6 months time 4 billion Kenyan shillings. In terms, na hizi pesa zimetumika wapi? Kwa Statehouse. Mambo ya hospitality na kwa travel. Nothing else. No development. Recurrent budget. 4 billion. Then they come and tell you, we found merely only 319 million shillings in the treasury. People will buy into this because they are coming in the name of prayer. So anyone is going to buy into what they are saying. But now the big question is that as you confuse and convince people, what next after succeeding in that? Because we are seeing some people are buying into this. But then, hii njaa, hata kama nitavumilia leo na kesho kutwa, ikifika mtondogo, na hiyo siku ingine, sitavumilia. It will be clear I'm hungry. What will happen at the end of the day? That is the big question Mutahi Ngunyi is placing at William Ruto. You might succeed now. Tonight to Kenyans, you call these prayer rallies, they come in, and you continue with that trajectory. How long will you go with that line of lying to Kenyans? Huwezi danganya watu kila wakati. You can cheat some people sometime, but you can't cheat everyone every time. It has time limit. So what will happen at the end of the day, after the time limit of lying to Kenyans? Everything has an expiry. So the time for the lies to expire will come, and it will come very soon. People have been told so many things. So the only thing is prayer. How can Ruto tell us to pray and he's looting us? How do we buy into his prayer when he's just robbing us? Ruto has become a pickpocketer. When Kenyans will realize that Ruto was lying to them, he will discover that when he has remained alone. And once he is alone, that is where Ruto will learn the hard way. It will be too much late for him to make any change. And this might be sooner before he finishes his first term in the office. Because people are trying to compare what is the life situation in Uganda, what about Tanzania, what about Ethiopia, what about these other countries, where were we with Uhuru Kenyatta, where did Kibaki left us, where is Ruto taking us to? Once these questions will be answered, that is the what next Mutahi Ngunyi is talking about. People will come out in their numbers. And they will say Ruto must go. He will have nowhere to hide. It will be too late for him to do any change in this country. And that's what Raila is pushing for. As Ruto comes out and point out some of the issue, we don't have this. They took this one. They left the treasury nothing. There was no man at the treasury. We had nothing to start from. Then the Kenyans discover, we have someone who is a rogue in the office. He has been robbing us. We have been denied basic services. Maji inapandishwa bei. Sasa watu Nairobi hawezi kunywa maji. At least people in the village, they can go to the river and fetch water. In Nairobi, you have to buy water. Kenya, where we are as of now, every homestead should be connected to a tap water. But now even the price is very expensive until people will not think in that direction. Tunaenda wapi? Sometimes when I was growing, I used to see even some people in our village, they had a tap water. As of now, they don't have. Why? But now, even William Ruto regime is planning to put more tax on water. Water is life. How will people survive? So, Mutahi Ngunyi is telling William Samoei Ruto, it will take you some time to lie. But if you don't change, when you exert pressure, then it becomes so much. It cannot hold anymore. It is found somewhere to exit. Ni sawa na kufungia paka kwa nyumba, umeweka kwa kona, umeanza kuipiga. Huyo paka kosa nafasi ya kutoka. Atapita na wewe. So Wakenya watapita na William Samoei Ruto. And if he will succeed to serve up to the end of 5 years, when it will come to the next general election, the only thing that will be in Kenya's mind, it will be to vote someone out. Wakenya watakuwa hata kwa bado wakisema tunaenda kufuta mtu kazi. Tunaenda kufuta mtu kazi. Tunaenda kufuta mtu kazi. It will be a protest vote against William Samoei Ruto. And the Mount Kenya region are always good in this. Every time they go to ballot, they go to vote someone out. Always a protest. This is going to hit on William Samoei Ruto so much badly. Because even in whatever things he's doing, it is touching heavily on this business. And we know where most of the business community is coming from. Everyone will wake up with one idea to go and vote Ruto out. Protest. Itakuwa ni wakati wa kufuta mtu kazi. And Ruto will learn it the hard way. This will come to pass. I have no any doubt. Vile wanapeleka hii serikali, Jeremiah kile alisema ni kama Wilbur wanapeleka kuru. It was true. At the end of 5 years, he will discover when it is too late, and the Kenyans will only wake up with one voice to vote Ruto out. And before that, it might also come much earlier than he will anticipate. Watu wataamka tu waseme tu bei ya unga iko juu na watembea na karatasi ya unga huku nje waseme someone must go. Protest can also send William Ruto to Sugoi.